child of God. Listen to me very carefully. I am about to reveal something I never thought I would speak publicly. For years, when I was trapped inside witchcraft caverns in Ghana, there were certain psalms we were forbidden to go near. Not because they were just Bible verses, but because those psalms sent fire into the spirit realm. Those psalms burn altars, scatter witchcraft meetings, and summon angels with a force that witches cannot resist. So today, as someone who once walked in darkness, I will reveal the 7 psalms witches fear the most, and why these psalms destroy witchcraft instantly. Stay with me until the end. Your freedom may depend on what you are about to hear. Psalm 1, the rejection of evil counsel. In the caverns, Psalm 1 was known as the door breaker. Whenever a Christian prayed Psalm 1 at midnight, we knew we could not whisper confusion into their mind. Why? Because Psalm 1 destroys witchcraft counsel. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked. One night in Kumasi, we were sent to confuse a young woman preparing for an exam. But she prayed Psalm 1 aloud before sleeping. In the spirit, her mind became sealed, like a closed palace surrounded by fire. We couldn't enter. We couldn't whisper. We couldn't manipulate. Psalm 1 disconnects you from evil influence and spiritual manipulation. Psalm 27, the Psalm of supernatural courage. This one terrified us the most. Psalm 27 releases fearless angelic warriors. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? In a cavern in Cape Coast, whenever a Christian prayed Psalm 27, the entire atmosphere would shake. Some witches would scream because the light of God blinded monitoring spirits instantly. We were once sent to attack a man who always prayed Psalm 27 at 3 a.m. But when we approached his house spiritually, towering beings of light stood at his gate. The attack failed. The assignment collapsed. Psalm 27 destroys fear, intimidation, and night attacks. Psalm 35, the Psalm of divine vengeance. This is the psalm witches hate the most. Psalm 35 is a declaration of heavenly warfare. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. In Nigeria, there was a woman named Mama Blessing. For months, witches in her village were fighting her business. Dream attacks. Strange sickness. Loss after loss. One night, she stood outside her shop and prayed Psalm 35 loudly. In the spirit realm, we saw arrows being fired from heaven into the ground. The evil altar working against her cracked open. The next week, the chief witch behind her battle became sick and confessed. Psalm 3:5 is not just prayer. It is spiritual artillery. Psalm 91, the armor of invisibility. Even witches know Psalm 91 is dangerous. It places a believer under divine covering. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. In the covenant, I saw one of the most shocking things of my life. A Christian woman in Accra prayed Psalm 91 every morning before sending her children to school. One day we attempted to attack those children spiritually. But when we approached them, we saw them walking under a giant shadow of wings. We couldn't touch them. We couldn't speak curses. We couldn't even get close. Psalm 91 makes you untouchable. Psalm 121, the ceasefire command. This psalm shuts down monitoring spirits. He who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. In witchcraft, we use monitoring spirits. Owls. Cats. Insects. Spiritual screens. But whenever someone prays Psalm 121 at night, the screens go blank. A woman in Nairobi prayed it every evening. Her neighbor, is secretly a witch, complained that she could no longer see anything spiritually. Psalm 121 blinds witches. It shuts their surveillance. It destroys spiritual monitoring. Psalm 29, the voice of thunder. This psalm carries raw, destructive power. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. In the realm of darkness, demonic altars look like wooden structures. Trees. Poles. Roots. But the moment someone prays Psalm 29, we hear thunder strike in the spirit. I saw it with my own eyes. An evil family altar in Tokaradi cracked open like dry wood when a young man prayed Psalm 29 for 7 nights. The altar collapsed. The curses ended. Psalm 29 breaks ancestral altars and generational witchcraft. Psalm 144, the Psalm of Warfare Preparation. This psalm trains your spirit to fight. Blessed be the Lord my strength, who trains my hands for war. When someone prays Psalm 144, their spirit becomes strengthened like a soldier. Witches hate it because it makes a believer spiritually dangerous. I once saw a Christian teenager in Uganda praying Psalm 144 during a 7-day fast. In the spirit, she transformed. Her spirit man held a sword of fire. Every demon sent against her turned back. Psalm 144 turns ordinary believers into spiritual warriors. Final warning and final freedom. These psalms are not ordinary words. They are weapons. They are codes. They are laws that command angelic forces. I shared these secrets not to scare you, but to wake you up. If you are under witchcraft attack, if your dreams are polluted, if your finances are blocked, if your home is under spiritual siege, these psalms can change everything. Pray them with fire. Pray them with faith. Pray them at midnight. And watch what God will do. Because even when I was deep in witchcraft, I learned one truth. No power of darkness can stand against a believer who knows how to weaponize the psalms.